Kepler's first law. The orbit of a planet is an ellipse with the sun at one of the foci. Every planet has an orbit. According to Kepler, what he stated was, every planet has an orbit which is elliptical in shape. So the orbit of all planets are elliptical in shape and has two focus. Which is one on the major axis, which is placed on the major axis. So every ellipse will have two focus. They will be placed on the major axis, which will be equidistant from the center. The sum of the distance of the two focal points from every point on the curve is constant. So sum of the points, as we have studied, as I told you earlier, the sum of the two focus will be same from any point from the orbit. I repeat once again what I said. The first law was, the orbit of a planet is ellipse and the sun will at one of the foci. Simply to state, every planet will have an orbit which will be elliptical in shape. In the first law itself is stated that the focus, at one of the focus, sun will be present. So if for Earth sun is present in F1, it is possible that for Mars it is present at F2, and for Jupiter it is present in F1. So at any one of the focus will be the sun for all the planets. That is what was the first law. The second law states that the line joining the planet and the sun sweeps equal area and in equal interval of time. What is said? The line joining the planet and the sun sweeps equal area in equal interval of time. Here, S is the sun situated at one of the foci. A, B, C, D are various positions of planet along the orbit. When planet moves in orbit, the radius vector sweeps equal area in equal interval of time. Suppose we are taking an interval of 1 month. Then in first case, the planet is situated at point A, and after a period of a month, that is 30 days, we observe the planet at position B. We can say that the planet have moved from position A to position B in 1 month. In other words, the vector has swept an area of ASB. The case 2. Similarly, when the planet is at position C and after a month it is observed at point D, that is, the vector has swept an area of CSD. According to the Kepler's law, area ASB is equal to area CSD. That is, half V1 R1 is equal to half V2 R2. That is, V1 R1 is equal to V2 R2. The velocity ratio is inverse to radius vector. So V1 upon V2 is equal to R2 upon R1. When the radius is small, velocity increases, and when radius is large, when the velocity decreases. That is, velocity is inversely proportional to R. This is based on the angular momentum. Speed of each planet changes during the year. At its farthest point from sun, planet moves at the lowest speed, and at the closest point to the sun, planet moves at the fastest speed.